Good morning. We are in Cambridge in the UK, and we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we're going to do a cross-country flight, and we're at EGSC. We're going to go to EGBB-EGNX-EGCN, and EGNJ. I am playing in VR, obviously, and we are using a Vive Pro 2. It's been a bit modified, and let me get my mic in the right place. There we go. So because the Vive Pro 2 has a poor mic, I'm using on that line Mud Mic Wireless. I've added a comfort kit to my Vive Pro 2, which consists of like a head strap over top here, and some weights in the back to kind of balance the front heaviness of the headset. So it makes it like fairly comfortable. The other thing is this guy right here. I duct taped a 40 millimeter by 20 millimeter fan, and I'm using it in an exhaust mode. So basically what my goal is to suck the heat out of this headset, because everybody that uses this headset says it gets too hot. I am glad to report, after doing this mod, I think I've been using this for 2 months now, maybe longer. My headset doesn't get hot. My headset doesn't even get warm. After I'm done with a 2-hour stream or 3-hour stream, I can put my hand on the front of this. I don't even feel it warm. So to the naysayers of the Vive Pro 2, the fan costs 20 bucks. A little bit of duct tape, doesn't look pretty, but I can assure you it's effective. So, and the fan that I'm using, stop pushback. I could see the pushback guy coming after me, and I was like, no. But it works. I mean, it absolutely works. So, and it, like I said, it doesn't look pretty, but I was looking for effectiveness. And so on the bottom of this headset, there's slots on the bottom, on the left side and the right side. On the top, there's only slots on the right side. So that's where I put the fan. I put it in an exhaust mode, so I can feel air coming out of this fan. So if I can feel air coming out of this fan, that means there's negative pressure inside the headset. So it's going to be pulling air from the slots on the bottom up through the headset. And it appears to be effective, because I cannot feel a difference between the right and the left of the headset. So it isn't like I'm only getting heat out of the right side. I'm getting it out of both, so it's working exactly as I hoped. All right, enough for me rambling. Let's see if we can get the plane started, and then we'll go ahead and get on about our business. Yesterday, something was going wrong with my camera. I'm not sure what it was, but I kind of re-looked at my camera settings, so hopefully I'll be, that won't come back to haunt me. Beacon light, fuel valve, master battery, magneto start, master alternator, avionics on, taxi light.
Ground, Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf requesting pushback.
Stop pushback.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf pushback request accepted.
Denied. Move forward. So I have for my move command in the in the cockpit, I have it set up for voice. Every once in a while, that'll get me in trouble, where I got like stuck out of the cockpit yesterday, and I was having a heck of a time getting back in, but I think I got that kind of figured out, so it's kind of weird. So the brakes aren't modeled. I'm pushing down on the on my toe brakes, and I can hear the cables moving, but the pedals don't move. That's kind of funny. This plane here is the from the Premium Deluxe version. It's the analog Cessna 172. It is a plane that I have trained in real life, and I am most comfortable in. So that's kind of why I fly it. It's comfortable, and I know what it will and won't do, so. Okay, dokey. Let me go over just a couple of things to begin with here. Let's letting the plane warm up a little bit. So, I am, let me see where my resolutions are this morning. Well, that looks right. So, let me close this. So basically, when I start up the Vive Pro, the Vive console, it's going to give Steam this number. So 3332 by 3332. So and I have that set to 100. So on the per application, I've told Microsoft Flight Simulator take 50% of that. So that's the number I'm getting, 2356, 2356. Native res on my headset is 2448 by 2448. So I'm just a little bit under res, under native resolution. So back to the game, back to the sim. So what does that mean? Well, however much resolution you have, that's basically how well you can see. So when I'm in the cockpit here, the heading indicator, the altimeter, airspeed, I can see all them numbers clearly. I mean, they're not fuzzy, they're clear. And I can look over on the 530, and I can look over, and on the far right-hand side there, let me see if I can pull my mouse over there. Right over here, I can see that says 2.8 miles. So, there was a new headset that just got released a couple of days ago, the Vario. And it's much better resolution. Well, it's better resolution than this headset. But it's $2,000. So it's kind of like, I'm thinking about all this, and I'm going, do I need to spend $2,000 to improve the resolution when I personally think I have enough resolution already? And the answer for me is no. It's just like, what is the point? If in the cockpit here it was fuzzy, then I'd go, yeah, that might make some sense. But the whole point is that the higher you go in resolution, the harder it is to drive them. So as the resolution increases, being delivered to the sim, the lower your frames will go. So I think I'm in a pretty sweet spot. Where are my frames this morning? Okay, so I'm a little bit about where I was yesterday. We'll see how this goes. But yesterday I was my frames, I think, were a little bit lower than what I'm seeing this morning. So we're not looking bad. I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing. So I guess I'll go ahead. I got warmed up. I'll get some ATC. If I don't stop talking and use a voice command, they don't work. So I gotta lean in a little bit here, grab the ATC, pulling back. I want him a little bit closer, and I'm gonna put him up here. I'm Trying to get him kind of out of the way. So we're going to go to clearance. So I got to go to a heading of 229. Where is 229? So 229, it's got to be kind of to the south. Set 5.
Cambridge ground, Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf with Whiskey request taxi to the active south departure.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf taxi to and hold short of runway 23 using taxiway Echo Alpha. Contact tower on 125.905 when ready.
So I'm supposed to taxi to runway 23. So I set my heading bug to 23, and I guess we'll get on about our taxi. One thing that is different from with the 530 Microsoft Flight Simulator to X-Plane is on my flight plan, there's an added thing that Microsoft Flight Simulator is doing that says time climb, and I have
6 Bravo Golf, did you hear my last transmission?
set 1.
Taxiing hold short runway 23 via taxiway Echo Alpha Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So for the flight plan to work correctly, I have to fly to that waypoint before it'll finally go, I can fly to the first airport. I have no idea why that's true. I just know it is. Alrighty. So all I gotta do is figure out where my taxi ribbons are, and I think they're behind me. So I think we'll do a 180 here. Try not to kill anybody. Parking brake. And because you're on grass, it does not like to taxi. Well, that didn't work. Oh, there it is. So normally when you're in grass, you're supposed to pull back on the yoke so you make the nose wheel light on it. So until I get out of the grass, I'm pulling back on the yoke. And the other thing that's true is you have to give it quite a bit more power. This one, big airport. Wow. I didn't realize that when I come in here. It's actually pretty nicely done. Yeah, so I'm flying just a little bit earlier this morning. I normally start at 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, but me and my girlfriend are gonna go do some documentation of cemeteries in our area for genealogy work. Okay, so 2-3 is that way. Kind of looking to see where we're at. Set 2.
Cambridge Tower Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf ready at runway 23 departure to the south.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf altimeter 29
Strobe light? Strobes? Nav light? Landing light? Taxi light. Set 1.
Cleared for takeoff runway 23 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
On we go. Having quite a bit of right rudder to keep it down the center line here. Yeah, there's a pretty good crosswind here. Where's the windsock at? Don't quite see one. That was a good crosswind. Wanted to lift the wing up, so I had to kind of counter it when I was taxiing down the runway. So I need to get.
6 Bravo Golf, continue for south departure.
Okay. Set 1.
Cambridge Tower Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf, continue for south departure.
I'm trying to get up to, there we go. I'm going to get up to 1,500 feet, and then I'll level off. So I'm trying to be on a heading of 229, and I am. And I got about a mile to go for that waypoint, and then I can go to turn on my course on my, there we go. Alrighty, back to 2200. Whoops, a little too much, Bill. There we go. 6/10 of a mile to go to the waypoint. And then once I get to the waypoint, I'll get a different heading vector. Okay, heading of 284. So it's doing a slow turn here. 270. 28. Okay, on course. Now we'll go ahead and see if we can get the plane trimmed up here. First try to get a level, and then I got to descend a little bit. I'm a little bit about 100 feet high. So I just push on the yoke just the slightest bit, and then trim. So if I'm pushing in, I run the trim wheel up. If I'm pulling back, I pull the trim wheel down. Just a little bit too much power. So this first leg here is about 70 miles. So.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf leaving light airspace, frequency change approved.
Set one.
Cambridge Tower, Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf, frequency change.
So even though I do have a flight plan in the airplane, I do not use autopilot. I hand fly both the elevation and the direction of flight, the heading, and but I have the flight plan in just as a backup to make sure I'm not too far off course. So that's kind of how I fly. So I personally like flying airplanes, so taking off from an airport, punching in autopilot is not how I like to fly an airplane, a GA airplane. So if I flew airliners, I suppose it'd be different, but I don't. I enjoy low and slow, so that's how I roll. Hello, airport over there. When I pick my flight plans, I try to. This leg here is a little bit longer than I normally would like. I'd like about between 30 and 50 miles. So it gives you enough time to get up in the air, get level, and then prepare for the next airport. But trying to be realistic. England has a lot of RAF airports, a lot. And so when you're picking airports, you have to kind of pay attention. Is this airport legitimately open to the public? And RAF airport is not. It's closed. So I don't fly to RAF airports. Even though legitimately I could in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it just isn't. It's not real for me, so. I'm kind of looking at my magenta line here and just to see where my little airplane is, relationship, and I'm pretty close on course right now. So I'm on course heading wise, and I'm trying to fly at 1500, and right now I'm at 1410. So I'm pretty close. So. Frames this morning are looking better than yesterday, so. I'm looking at the headset, looks fairly stutter free. Kind of getting danced a little bit with the wind. I could just feel the plane down rolling around here. So when I get about 10 miles from my next airport, then I'll contact Tower and get permission to do a touch and go. And make sure I actually get that permission, because a couple of days ago I wanted to do a touch and go at Gatwick, and evidently I was cleared to land, not to do a touch and go. I did a touch and go and they were not happy with me. You were not permitted to take off. Oh, okay. Sorry. Cleared to land and cleared for the option are two different things. So when I'm looking at these windmills over here, this is where anti-aliasing comes in. They are the towers should be like solid, but they're not. They just kind of flicker. So there's something going on with the aliasing, at least in VR. In the same way as like when that prop goes past the top and around, that blade actually disappears from this angle. So there's something not quite right. And I have had a similar problem in X-Plane, but I made some changes to the graphics settings and I fixed it. And there is a good chance that I'll have to do the same here, or it's just legitimately an issue with the sim. I don't quite know yet. I was a little off course, I was a little confused which way to turn. That looks better. Yeah, so the headset's clear enough that I can look over here and see that we're 57.4 miles from the next airport. So to me, that's enough resolution, and anything on the ground that is relevant. Till I put that. Quite frankly, the most relevant thing is a runway or an airport. If you can see the runway, and when you're on final, you can, before you're touching down, when you're on final, you can tell that you're lined up for the right runway. If I can't see all the individual details of an airport, how much does that degrade from the actual experience? I don't think it's a lot. so that's from a long-time VR flight simmer. So that's kind of how I look at it. Is do you have enough detail, that you can see? Because it isn't the same. I mean, I don't even have a 4K monitor, so VR is certainly not like a 4K monitor. No way and no way. But does it have to be to get the experience? And my personal opinion is it does not. So, but it's like you look at them windmills right there. They look really good. I mean, they look really good. So, and that, to me, that's enough detail then. Yeah, the only thing I see going on is I got some popping going on with like trees and that kind of stuff. So, but I think that's related to. I think we can run the level of detail up so that so when they fill in, it's further away. You don't see them in your immediate visuals. They're already there. But when you do that, that costs you performance. So. And the other thing in VR, don't know about 2D, but in VR, if I'm not looking at this airport on my left, the name is not there. The airport symbol is there. I can see out of the corner of my eye, the airport symbol's there, but until I turn my head, it doesn't even show up now. But it was the the name of the airport wouldn't even show up. So, that must be a grass strip over there. Oh, maybe. No, that looks like there's a runway there, but looks of it, there's a big one coming up here. Bedford. That's what I mean. There are so many RAF airports. It's really crazy. Yeah, it's got some hangars and stuff, so. A little bit too far the other way. Really quite overcast today. Yeah, there's an example. So I turn my head to the right a little bit. I can't see that the name, but if I turn my head back to the left, there it shows up. So it's gone now. Now it shows up, and that's a VR thing. Yeah, it's kind of disconcerting. It's kind of like, why, why isn't it there? I mean, I know kind of the reason is it's to increase performance, but it's quite frankly a bit annoying. Actually, quite a bit annoying. Just trying to stay reasonably on course here. Not too bad. Just rechecking the compass to make sure that the heading indicator and the compass are in reasonable agreement. So you gotta check that. Yeah, if it's in real life, you gotta check it about every 15 or 20 minutes. So. In the sim, I'm not sure how well that's simulated, so. I know using reality expansion pack in X-Plane, it's real, because I have to check it that often, or it will be off by. It could be quite a bit. More windmills? Oh, 46 miles out from our first airport. So the plane's like pretty well in trim right now. So I'm holding plus or minus. Good morning, Iowa. I'm holding plus or minus 100 feet, so it's doing pretty good. How are you this morning? I hope all is well. I'm a little early today. I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. Started to stream at 10 instead of 11 to so I could get done a little earlier, and me and the girlfriend are going to go on an excursion after. My ceiling fan in the bedroom had died, so I had to order a replacement. So it finally got delivered yesterday. So that's what I spent in the afternoon is installing the new ceiling fan. So they're always so much fun. Oh no, yeah, it's actually it's sunny here today. Kind of hoping it keeps that way because we're going to be outside, so kind of hope it stays good. We'll see. Another airport there. when I see that beacon, it's a white and a green, so it acts like it's civilian. I'm wondering, does Microsoft Flight Simulator actually do the correct beacons for military as opposed to civilian airports? I'm kind of wondering now, because I didn't think I found any airports in between on the path that I took, or I would have, or they would have been in the flight plan, and I would have done a shorter flight between Cambridge and where I'm going to. Kind of wondering now. Because I forgot what military is. White and something else. I can't remember now. Maybe red. So you could tell from a distance that that's a military, not a civilian airport. And I don't have my proper maps in the cockpit, so I can't tell. Kind of hard to believe how dark it is. Hmm.
your flight 0 miles southeast. Climb and maintain 2,500 feet. Keep speed not above 185 knots. Expect ILS runway 15 approach via Bravo Hotel X-ray transition. Cleared to Bravo Hotel X-ray. Climb and maintain 2,500 feet. Keep speed not above 185 knots. Expect ILS runway 15 approach via Bravo Hotel X-ray transition. Cleared to Bravo Hotel X-ray EC6610. London Center Speedbird 1417 is passing flight level 225 descending 3,000 feet. Speedbird 1417 London Center, continue to Bravo November as planned.
So our next airport is Birmingham. It's like it's 22.8 miles out. Certainly have a lot of windmills out this way. Some are kind of separated, and then other ones are in groups. I'm seeing something I hadn't seen before. Is I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know if it's really my headset. I don't think it is, but it's like the buildings over there are kind of swimming a little bit. It's kind of odd. But when I look at things closer in, I don't see it at all. But further away, I see it. Don't know if that's a level of detail thing, or could be, I guess. But when I look at them like right there, I don't see it at all. So I find a hard time believing my headset's doing that. And it doesn't appear to be because of the prop. Because sometimes you'll get that when you're kind of like looking through the prop, but it just changed. That's kind of weird. Yeah, that's a level of detail. Yeah, no doubt. Huh. I hadn't noticed that before. But with something that's like streamed, all kinds of things can be true, so it makes chasing performance in Microsoft Flight Simulator such a challenge. Yeah, so like right here, that all looks pretty good. But as I go look further out, then I get that swimming effect. That's odd. Whoops.
Birmingham approach EC6610 is passing 10,300 feet, descending 2,500 feet. EC6610 Birmingham approach altimeter 29.902, continue to Bravo Hotel, X-ray as planned.
Well, this should be fun. Sounds like Birmingham's a little bit busy today.
EC6610, please expedite your climb 2,500 feet.
Oh, we're 15 miles out. Don't see many Cessna 172s out here.
610, please expedite your climb 2,500 feet.
We're at Coventry Airport.
EC6610, please expedite your climb 2,500 feet.
Yeah, so it's pretty dense right here in scenery, so my frames are taking a little bit of a hit.
EGSC-EGBB-EGNX-EGCN-EGNJ, you are 5 miles northwest of Birmingham. Contact Birmingham Tower on 118.305 when inbound. Tower on 118.305 EC6610.
Set 2. Set 5.
Birmingham Tower Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf is 10 miles east, 1,600 feet with India to land.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf, Birmingham Tower. Altimeter 29.91 wind 180 at 10. Make left traffic, runway 15.
Make left downwind runway 15 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
EGSC-610 wind 180 at 10. Clear to land runway 15.
Set 2.
Clear to land runway 15 EC6610.
Set 2.
Birmingham Tower Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf, 1,600 feet to land.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf, Birmingham Tower. Altimeter 29.91 wind 180 at 10. Enter left traffic, runway 15.
Enter left traffic runway 15 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Birmingham Tower Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf, 1,600 feet for touch and go.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf, Birmingham Tower. Altimeter 29.91 wind 180 at 10. Make left downwind, runway 15.
Make left downwind runway 15 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
EGSC-610 exit, runway when able. EGSC-610, follow the aircraft on final. Wind 180 at 10. Clear to land runway 15. Clear to land runway 15 EGSC-610.
Move up. took me a while to find that runway. It danced around pretty good too. It's just gonna be fun.
610 exit, runway when able.
We'll get spun around, get for the downwind here. Alrighty. Sure acts like more than 10 knots. Flaps down.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf wind 180 at 10. Clear touch and go left, traffic, runway 15.
Clear touch and go runway 15 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Flaps down. Flaps down. Flaps up. Flaps up. Flaps up. Alrighty, got to be on a heading of 34. Like my directional gyro's up a little bit. I'm holding a heading of 15.
Birmingham Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, cancel landing intention.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, your cancellation is received.
Alrighty. Make a left-hand turn here. Got to get on a heading of 34. It's a pretty good stutters right here. Okay, that's 40. Close enough. Let's see if I can fix this. Man, I hate how this works. Well, it looks like it's better. I just hate when you go to grab it and all of a sudden it just takes off. It just spins. It's kind of like, really? Yeah, it's pretty close. So it should be on the heading of 34. A little bit over this way. Oh, I'm way too high. Pull the power back, let her descend a bit. That doesn't look good. See what the temperature is. 47, okay. That'll be okay. I'm up high, so maybe that's what it is. I just got up into some of the clouds. So next airport, 23 miles. So East Midlands, 294 feet, so 1,300 pattern altitude. Yeah, for as much as I was getting danced around in the pattern, the approach was not even close to any of that. That was kind of funny. Because I was crabbing just a little bit, but not a lot. Not what I expected. Yeah, like right there, it's kind of like, boo. That two? Set 7.
East Midlands Tower Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf is 8 miles southwest 2,100 feet with Mike to land.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf, East Midlands Tower. Altimeter 29.88, winds 220 at 32. Make left traffic, runway 27.
Enter left traffic runway 27 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Set 2.
East Midlands Tower Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf 2,100 feet for touch and go.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf, East Midlands Tower. Altimeter 29.88, winds 220 at 32. Make left traffic, runway 27.
Fly
That-
left downwind
that looks a
runway
little weird.
27 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So I believe it's right in front of me. What it looks like. 3-2 looks exciting. 220 at 3-2. 220. It's gonna be a quartering headwind. Or quartering crosswind, be the right way to say it. It's like it could be entertaining. Oh, come on. Oh, we got this going on again. You've lost connectivity. Really wish they'd get their servers fixed. Makes flying airplanes a real pain. Let's see if I can see this runway. It's got to be over there. Yeah, it's over there. Probably a little bit wide of it, that's okay. Flaps down.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, wind 190 at 24. Clear touch and go left traffic, runway 27.
Clear touch and go runway 27 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Flaps down. Flaps down. Flaps up. Flaps up. Flaps up. Get over. Not bad, Bill.
East Midlands Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, cancel landing intention.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, your cancellation is received.
That was intense. $190 at 2.4. Awesome. So it should be a heading at 17. So what I was feeling flying in there, that's what I actually experienced on landing. Alrighty, got 2 more airports. 45 miles, 41 miles to the next one. I got a low fuel warning, should be okay. Still haven't quite got on course yet, but I got to clear out of this airport right now. That was intense. That's taken off. I had full right rudder. trying to keep that thing, get that thing back on the center line. That was nuts. What's we got here? Be a smokestack. Yep. They look like odd buildings next to a smokestack. Huh. I don't know. Okay, we're on heading again. Oh well. So on average, the frames aren't too bad. But the loss of communication, that's just annoying. So when that happens, it freezes everything. So whatever your plane was doing, it continues to do that. You have no control. So you're just kind of like locked into this limbo land until it finally goes, oh hey, I can talk to something again. It's bizarre why it's doing that. I mean, why? If you want to put me offline, that's great. Don't touch my controls though. But that's what's going on. It's like locking the controls. So any input on my yoke or paddles or anything, it doesn't work. You're locked out. It's bizarre. And I have never, ever, ever seen that before software update 6. This is new. It doesn't happen all the time. But when it happens, especially like, so I'm in a pattern. So you're in a pattern, or I was trying to get to the downwind. That's what I was doing. Trying to get to the downwind, and all of a sudden, it locks my controls. So if you're in a turn, if you're in a climb, whatever, that's what you're going to continue to do. And you can do nothing about it. You're locked. That's just craziness. I would call that one of the worst bugs that I've seen in the sim, actually. Yeah, I would. I think I would. Because if you lose the scenery or the photogrammetry or any of that stuff, that's just kind of, that's just visual stuff. But the fact when you basically are mucking with the controls, that's just wrong. There shouldn't be no bug that makes that happen. And it's because the sim couldn't talk to the servers? Really? That's even crazier. You know, that should have no influence. But at least that's what I'm experiencing. This has happened on a couple of flights now. So where are we going? Doncaster by the looks of it. EGCN. And what airport after that? Hopefully I don't run out of fuel before that happens. Pull back on the mixture a little bit, see if I can be a little more conservative with my fuel. Yeah, that part of the simulation doesn't seem to work too good. I mean, I can barely reduce the fuel consumed. And the EGT doesn't go up at all. Kind of weird. Or if it goes up pretty minimal. So the swimming of the textures doesn't seem to be as bad. It had to be related to the way the sun was glistening off the buildings. Had to be what it was. Because I don't see it as much right now. No. It's quite a bit different. Yeah, it's not quite as dark as it was earlier in the play. Kind of funny. Yeah, I think that's the first time on landing I ever give my rudder as much deflection as I did.
Tower Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf is 11 miles south 1,700 feet with Sierra to land.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf Tower. Altimeter 29.87, wind 201 at 28. Enter left downwind runway 20.
Enter left traffic runway 20 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Tower Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf 1,600 feet for touch and go.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf Tower. Altimeter 29.87, wind 202 at 29. Fly left downwind runway 20.
Fly left downwind runway 20 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Oh, runway 39 feet. At the runway over there? Hmm. Looks like it might be. Really windy today. That'll be it. Flaps down.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, wind 180 at 19er. Clear touch and go left, traffic runway 20.
Clear touch and go runway 20 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Flaps down. Flaps down. Flaps up. Flaps up. Flaps up. Heading 76. 5 gallons of fuel in each tank. Should be good to go. All in all, pretty good flight today. Definitely testing my crosswind skills. There wasn't a big crosswind. 180 at 19, and I was landing on 20, so it really wasn't. If it was a crosswind, it wasn't big. 76. "24 miles away. We should be good." Just doing a slow turn.
Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, cancel landing intention.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, your cancellation is received.
So that's 100. 90. 80. You're about 2,200. 23 miles out. Like 12 minutes. Cool. I'll get done about what I was hoping for, around noon, little afternoon. Eastern Daylight Time, yep. Well, that'll be good. Yeah, when I first started flying this flight, I wasn't sure how the weather was going to be. It's been windy, but most of the time it's been like down the runway. So only one was it was a pretty good crosswind, and I had to counter it. So. Yeah, I used to seriously shy away from crosswinds, but anymore it's a challenge. I know what I need to do. I have really nice rudder pedals and a nice yoke, and so certainly can't blame it on my hardware. It's all up to me, and so far I do pretty good, because I normally my normal technique is to do a crab, and when I'm getting ready to do the flare, get the rudder in to straighten the nose out, so I land without too much side load. So something ain't right. There, we're off again. Yeah, it's closer. Yeah, I wish there was a better method to adjust that. The way it is right now, that's bad. Because all of a sudden it like just zooms. If you hold on there too long trying to get it adjusted right, it'll just move. I don't know why that's that way. I don't know if I can fix that. Seriously spoiled in the X-Plane where I can just use a VR controller, touch it, just rotate the controller, and it will just move by how much I rotate my wrist. This is just not good. And when you're trying to fly, you're not on autopilot, so you're flying, your hand flying, and it's real important to, for what you're looking at to kind of guide you is kind of accurate. But something's going on because it says I'm flying 73 and I'm going away from the Magenta line, so we'll see if I can overcorrect this. Go over to maybe 80. Yeah, let me fly that. Should be able to intercept that line. Nope, wrong. Wrong correction. So I gotta get under it. Alright, we'll try that. Actually, if I probably look at the little circle with the spoon in it, I probably would probably be better off. So about 6 minutes out. So where are we landing at? Oh, Hamburg. Humberside. I knew that word I said didn't sound right at all. Humberside, yep. Looks like 91 feet, 7,000 foot runway.
Humberside Tower Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf is 10 miles west, 1,600 feet with uniform to land.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf Humberside Tower. Altimeter 29.87120 at Tree. Enter left downwind runway 20.
Fly left downwind runway 20 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Well, at least the wind's just about down the runway. That's cool. 3-3 makes it interesting because it makes your ground speed really, really, really slow. That's what was going on the last airport when I was landing, or one of them. I'm not sure if it was the last one, but you're just looking down at the ground. The ground's barely going to by you because the wind's going by so fast that you're fighting against that wind. So the plane's like barely moving forward. It's hilarious. So this will be about the same. Not a crosswind by, nope. Landed on runway 20 and the wind's 201, so it's basically down the runway, so. First I thought over there on the left was a runway, but it ain't. That don't line up with anything in my instrument here. Yeah, it's more on the left there. Yeah, that'll work. So I gotta fly out to the pattern. We got enough fuel, we're close enough. Put the mixture in the rich. Make sure everything's looking okay. Yeah. Yep. We're all good. Runway's over there on the left. You can just about see it. 3 miles out. Yep, that makes sense. I want to make sure I'm far enough by it. The pattern entry thing is it's pretty close, so. We're going a little fast. Once I kind of get ready to turn the downwind, I'll get the plane slowed down. I personally like to be on the downwind at like about 80, 85 knots, so. The other people that fly it like at 100, 110 or something like that, it's kind of like, why are you doing that if you gotta slow the plane down to land? So, I try to get it to much closer to what I need. Yeah, there's the old runway. Or at least I found every runway, and I am too high. So we'll pull back to 2,000. And what are we looking at? 91 feet, so I am way too high. The pattern here should be about 1,000 feet, maybe 1,100. We're just letting the plane descend a little bit. That'll probably bring the airspeed up, but I'll be okay. Yeah, there's a mesh issue right here. Luckily, it's not right at the airport. There's like a cliff right there. That's kind of weird. Alrighty. We gotta turn in on our downwind. No doubt about it, this is way easier in VR. It's also much more realistic. Okay. The setting should be parallel with the runway here. It's looking pretty good. Everything's nice and flat around here, so there isn't other than windmills, there isn't any obstruction, so we're a little bit high on the pattern, but we'll be okay. We're definitely in flap range, so we're where I wanted to be. Just looking for the end of the runway there. Okay, flaps down. Flaps down. Alrighty. Stern to say parallel with the runway. Looking to be 45 degrees.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf wind 180 and 19er. Cleared to land runway 20.
So the wind went down.
Cleared to land runway 20 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So I'll go ahead and turn. And I can feel the wind pushing me away from the airport. Flaps down. So when I'm doing my turn here, the wind is actually pushing me away from the airport. You can actually feel it. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. Because the wind is going down the runway, it's pushing you. So when you're turning, it's kind of taking you longer to get turned, so we're okay. So you're trying to stay at 90 degrees, definitely too high. But we'll correct as necessary. So I'm going to turn probably a little bit early, so I don't get blown too far. So I'll just do a gradual turn here to final, and just do corrections as I come in. Yeah, I can feel it. Here, let's feel the plane getting pushed. That's funny. So we have 2 notches of flaps out. We're trying to get rid of some elevation here. Pull the power back a little bit more. Trying to keep the airspeed in the white arc here. Okay, we got room. Flaps down. Flaps down. Okay, full flaps. We have a display threshold, so I got to get above, across that. So where the 20 is, I've got to get there. We got it made. And you can see like how slow the ground's moving by me. It's really, really slow. It's funny. So we just keep pulling back on the yoke. Back on the yoke.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turn next taxiway.
Okay. Not too bad a landing. I flared a little bit too much right at the end. I should have let it out a little bit, but really not bad.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact ground zone 119.13.
119.13 for Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Set 3. Set 3.
Humberside Ground, Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf taxi to parking.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Echo Golf.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Echo Golf Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So this is Echo Golf, huh? Wow. Something's amiss. So I get turned here. Okay. Pull her back to idle. Parking brake. Alrighty, this all went pretty good. Made it to a final destination, didn't do anything too dumb. Yeah. Found every airport, that's cool. Alrighty, what do we end up with for an average? 29.6, so that isn't too bad. That's acceptable. Dropped a few frames, I expected that. And yeah. So let's do one thing before I shut this plane down. Escape. Escape. So let me go to general options. So resolution today was 2356 by 2356. So level of so that was set at 100. Level of detail at 100. So certainly no alters, and but that all went. I'm pretty happy. Back, resume. So we'll go ahead and shut the plane down. Avionics off. Touch and goes don't seem to give you any landings. It's kind of sad. Strobes. Nav light. Land light. Landing light. Beacon light. Master battery. Master alternator. Magneto's off. Cool. Whoops. Master battery. Master battery. Flaps up. Flaps up. Flaps up. Master battery. Forgot the flaps. Alrighty. Cockpit. Pretty cool looking. Not so sure why they consider this a taxiway, but hey, it is what it is. So, but I would say all in all, pretty good. So all time is it? 12:18. Yeah, cool. So we'll go ahead and wrap the stream up here. Once again, if you like this content, please click on the follow button. I'm a general aviation flyer and generally fly a 172 and always in VR. I may branch out into a couple of different planes, but my comfort zone is the 172, no doubt about it. So, right now I've been basically flying in the UK. I'll do some flights in X-Plane, and then I will recreate the same flights in Microsoft Flight Simulator. One thing I have noticed, at least on my system, is the last update on Microsoft Flight Simulator, Software Update 6, is an improvement for me. Before, I personally would not even bother to stream it. It was just too bad. It just, well, let me rephrase this. if I'm not happy like doing flying in VR in a particular sim, I certainly won't stream it. But if I'm happy with what I'm seeing and how it's performing, then I will. And so that's kind of what the deal was. Is that for a while, especially after software update 5, it was not good for me to stream in VR. It just didn't work. Because streaming does, no doubt, it takes more resources. So what may be okay just to do in VR, streaming it is different. So it just takes more resources, and if you run out of resources, it's an unpleasant experience. So, alrighty, think I'm gonna call it. And thanks for all who stopped by, and we'll look forward to you again on a future flight. Have a great day. Bye bye. VR mode.